friends, welcome back to day 11 of my spooky and sweet Halloween series. Today we are going to be using the Hocus Pocus stamp set and the coordinating dies from Samson Stamp, along with the, I believe it's called pumpkin stencil. I'll have it linked below. We're going to use that. We're going to use some distressed oxide inks, and we're going to color and ink blend on some Desert Storm cardstock. I'm going to stick my cardstock in there. We're going to use the little witch on the pumpkin as our main image today. So I'm going to stamp this in my intense black ink. And we will stamp that a second time. I'll set that to the side. Okay, I have got my grip mat in there on the mat. And I'm going to place my cardstock. I'm going to take the pumpkin stencil later, and we are going to do some inking. I'm going to switch to my foam blending tools. And we are going to ink up our pumpkins. And I'm using carved pumpkin, no pun intended, distress oxide. I'm going to switch, and in the center I'm going to use some Rusty Hinge. Okay. Now I'm going to come in with a very small brush, and I'm going to add in some color on the stem. This is Rustic Wilderness. I'm just going to brush it up in there. Let the colors mix. It'll be okay. It's the great thing about distress oxide inks is you can layer them, and the other color will show up on top. Whereas if you mix distress inks and layered them like this, they would blend together more. Now I'm going to come in with a little vintage photo, and I'm going to add in that into my openings. So I want to have just a little slight difference there in our colors. So I'm just going anywhere in between the pumpkins and added that in. Trying to stay out of my pumpkin. If a little bit gets into it, it'll be okay. Just going to continue on here. And I may add a little bit darker color in there also. We'll just see how this is going to go first. If I get a little other color in there, I can come back and add some detail. I do think I want to darken that up a little bit. I think I'm going to go in with some ground espresso. Just blend that in. Just to add a little bit more to it, make it a little darker, make the color stand out a little bit. I don't want to completely cover that other color up. I just want to kind of enhance it. Take my cloth, push in any of that other ink into the other areas. And there is my background. All right, I'm gonna set this to the side, let this dry, and then we're gonna move our mat and we're gonna work on our coloring. Okay, I have got my mat and we are going to go ahead and start our coloring. I'm going to start off with coloring my pumpkin with 027. So I'm going to add that where I want it to be the darkest. And I am going to take in consideration that I am coloring on Kraft cardstock, so it's going to be slightly different. The colors will be a little different. There are little shadows in there. Okay, I'm going to switch to O 2.5. Blending that out. And flick that up in there to the center, this part of the pumpkin. Just like so. Now I'm going to switch to O 2.4. Start blending the 2.5 out. I'm going to switch to OR 1.3. Just blend the rest of that out. Then I'm going to add in. We're going to go back to our 2.5 and just color in the little band on her hat. We're going to color her dress now. I'm going to go with G 1.7. It's also going to be the same color I'm going to use on my stem of my pumpkin. I'm going to flick out where we have that outline or any place that's the fold in her dress. I'm going to bring that 7 right up along there. Now I'm going to switch to YG 1.6. Blend that. Let's blend our 7 out a little bit. Do the same thing on her dress. Then I'm going to blend that out with YG 1.4. To add my highlights. Then And for her stripes on her pants, I'm going to do RV 1.7. I'm just going to go every other one. I'm also going to use this in her dress, or top of her dress here. And we'll color her shoes this color also. All right, I'm going to switch to RV 1.5. It's going to be my mid-tone. Now we'll go to RV 1.3 as my highlight. All right, for her, the rest of her little stripes, I'm going to use V 2.8. I start purple. And then blend that out with V 2.6. Okay, for my skin, I'm going to use, grab the right marker, OR 3.4 as my darkest color. It's going to be my shadow color, so we're going to add that right along underneath her hairline, underneath her little neck, underneath there. And I'm going to switch to OR 3.2. Blend that out. OR 2.0 to blend the rest of it out. That's my highlight. And I'm going to use the OR 2.2 and give her a little bit of color in her cheek. I also am going to come over, we're going to add, this is a little dark, I'm going to add a little RO 3 and then a little RO to blend 2 to blend that out. Or I'm sorry, R3, R0.2, 3 and R0.3. All right, let's do our hair. We're gonna do YO 2.7. It's my darkest color. I'm gonna start right at the top, blend down. I want it to be the darkest. I'm gonna blend that out with 2.5, YO 2.5. I'm going to switch to YO 2.3. Blend that a little bit. Okay, for our hat, I'm going to go in with CG Cool Gray 9. Start where we want it to be the darkest. I'm going to switch to CG 7. Make sure I'm very careful around her hairline. I'm going to go to CG5 as my lightest color. Work that blend in. Okay, I'm going to stamp my sentiment on this also, and we will cut everything out with its matching dies. So for my sentiment, I had two choices. I'm actually going to use a Hello die cut that I already have stamped out, but I do want a sub-sentiment with that. So I'm thinking I'm going to do, hello, in a world full of princesses, be a witch. So I did already pull that die. So we are going to stamp this on our cardstock. And we are just going to stamp that in VersaFine. Okay, I'm going to trim everything out with its matching die, and I'll be right back. Okay, I have my panel here that we are going to use. I have my stamped and colored image, the hello sentiment, and my sub-sentiment, my card base, and a Desert Storm stitch circle. I'm going to cut this panel down to 4 inches. I'm going to leave a little margin on the side. So I'm going to go ahead and attach that. Okay, we're going to go ahead and glue down our stitch circle. I'm going to take this off to the side a little bit. I'll add my little witch. And I'm going to add my little hello. Then we will take our sub-sentiment. I'm going to add that right down there. Then we're going to add a few rhinestones. So we're going to add some Rainbow Splash gems. I'm going to use the orange. I just want to have add a little bling. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw the eye down and on the orientation that we're already going. We're just going to add that emphasis to that. All right, to finish off my card, I'm going to add a few gel pen highlights. And I'm going to add a little, come in with my black Jelly Roll pen and darken up her eyes, just so it gives it a little life. And we'll add our few little gel pen highlights here. detail to her dress. Kind of like a spider webbish kind of plaid. All right, there's a look at my card. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, you're probably going to like the one coming up right there. See you in the next one. Bye, guys.